Hey everybody, Tuxical Cereal, and today I am back with another Clash of Clans video. I don't feel like recording anything like special new, so I'm just going to be doing a what should you upgrade first to last in Clash of Clans Home Village. Now I'm not going to do build race. A future one I will probably, but right now no, because really, no one really cares about build base that much if I'm going to be honest. So I'm going to be excluding hero upgrades, laboratory upgrades, new buildings, because first of all, one, you should do new buildings right away, like no questions asked. Two, hero upgrades take a little bit of time, and you have to upgrade them repeatedly. And three, no one wants to take time to upgrade stuff in the laboratory because there's different things that other people like they probably like different armies. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing is going to the laboratory. Now the reason is, if you're a big troop user and you have a favorite army, and yeah, I would upgrade that troop because the higher level troops, more damage, more health. And it really will improve. Also spells as well, because it's helpful. Number two, I don't have it as Town Hall 10, so I'm just going to go here. It's going to be the Eagle Artillery. Now the reason is the Eagle Artillery being one of the best defenses in the game. Now, you want to really have it because it's splash damage, long range, and it's extremely helpful. Now, of course, feel free, you can do it your own. This is just my opinion, so Eagle Artillery is going to be number two. Next up, number three, are going to be army camps. The army camps are extremely important upgrades due to the fact they are, one, they give you more troops. Depending on your level, it's going to be stronger, and the stronger, the better. Next up, in my opinion, it's going to be clan strength. Well, the reason you want to upgrade clan strength, one, especially when you get a Town Hall Team 10, siege machines. Now, extremely helpful. Two, more troop housing space, and three, more spell storage space. Especially when you upgrade to 11, when you upgrade to level 7, you'll only get a spell upgrade. Now, really doesn't matter, but that, in my opinion, is the most helpful. Next up is going to be, I should have kind of said this one a long time ago, Spell Factory. Now, it's already maxed out for me, but the Spell Factory, extremely important to get more spells. More spells means a higher chance of victory. Now, I wouldn't argue Dark Spell Factory yet. You don't get extra space. Now, next up, in my opinion, is going to be the Inferno Towers. Now, Inferno Towers are extremely helpful due to the fact their damage is high, and if they use the multi-Infernos, the damage will increase. And that is very helpful. They are very strong, and I like to put them around a wall layer, and it's very helpful. Next up is going to be your barks and your dark barks. Now, I'm going to put them together because really, depending on what troop you want, then yeah, you can get it. I will only upgrade one because you really need to do some laboratory upgrades, and before you actually get, if you're Town Hall 11, the Grand Warden. And I'm also going to eliminate Workshop because that's Town Hall 12. Next up is going to be the Expos. Now, the Expos are very helpful in my opinion, especially if you have them ground and air. Especially with the range on ground, Expos are extremely helpful due to the fact they can deal pretty good damage and also take out swarms of troops, even if they are annoying you. Next up is going to be your gold and electro storages. Now, it depends. If you don't have enough to upgrade your Inferno Towers with a gold pass reduction, you're gonna have to do them early. But also Dark Electro Storage as well. Sometimes I know you can't upgrade it for a while when you have it level 6, but if you don't have enough to upgrade your Expo Towers, you're gonna have to guess. Next up is going to be the Gold Mine Collector. Now, those are important as well, due to the fact that you need to get resources faster. Big help. Because if you don't get any resources, you don't upgrade those, you're gonna be broke for a long time. which is never a good thing. Now, next up, we're going down to mainly defenses now. So I already did in front of towers and X-Balls. It's going to have to be the air defenses because there's a lot of dragons going around because of the lightning rework to one housing space, which is the biggest, in my opinion, the biggest mistake Supercell could have ever done. That it was so unnecessary to make the lightning spell one housing space. It's just because, man, the lightning spell, it's OP. Now, next up, it's going to be Wizard Towers. Due to the fact Wizard Towers splash damage, ground, and air. Now, even though damage might not be strong, at first it does get really strong, and the hit points of the Wizard Tower are pretty high. Now, you can upgrade, of course, anything else, but the Wizard Towers, in my opinion, are extremely helpful. And by the way, for the gold mines and the elixir collectors, the dark elixir drills also included in that category. Next up, motors. Now, motors, the same thing with Wizard Tower, splash damage. Pretty good damage as well. Not as good as the Wizard Tower due to the fact that you can only target ground. Next up is going to be the hidden Teslas. Now, the hidden Teslas, in my opinion, are extremely helpful due to the fact they actually do pretty good damage. It might not be the same in builder base, but Teslas, actually, 2 Teslas can take out a queen. And even with healers helping, they actually will do more damage than the healers helping. Unless in rage, of course. Next up is going to be the bomb towers. Now, I'm not a big fan of the bomb towers, but again, splash damage is key, especially to witches. The bomber is a huge... It's not a bomber, it's a bomb tower. It's a huge counter to that. Next up is going to be archer towers. Now, really, archer towers, very good ground and air. And, very, very, very helpful. And then, finally, cannons. Cannons are very strong, but really not really necessary to upgrade until the end. As we're getting close to about the end of the video, all we have is traps, so I am going to do the traps. Oh, I actually forgot about air sweepers. Oh, stupid me. Air sweepers I would include probably after the wizard powers, due to the fact air sweepers are actually very helpful. Traps. First, I would start off with the giant bombs. Now, the reason is the giant bombs are very powerful for ground attacks. Sometimes you can counter them. Air, not so much, due to the fact it really doesn't change. Next up, seeking air mines. Seeking air mines, the higher the damage, the better damage they're going to do. That made no sense, but whatever. Moving on, skeleton traps. Now, skeleton traps, I wouldn't argue before giant bombs or seeking air mines, but skeleton traps are very good distractions, especially against Hograt. The air bomb will be after them. Now, anyway, you can upgrade your traps in any order, it doesn't matter. The air bomb is not as good as the seeking air mine, but it does do splash damage, which is very helpful. Next up is going to be the spring traps. Now, the reason for spring traps is because spring traps, depending on how much, they only get 2, and like builder base, it's about 4. Especially with the nerf builder base spring traps. Spring traps are actually very helpful, especially when I knock them right off the island. And unfortunately, they can't strike Pekkas or golems or anything, but still good. And then finally, bombs. And then, of course, you have to do your walls, which are honestly a pain in the egg, because literally walls expensive. My God, Jesus Christ, man, why are the walls so expensive? I don't understand. Well, I hope that helped you out. Honestly, if there's anything you feel like it should be upgraded a little bit earlier compared to other things, but in my opinion, you should always upgrade your army first. Army, laboratory, spell factory, army camps. Upgrade those. Upgrade your heavy defenses. Not them all at the same time, but upgrade your bows early. And also upgrade your clan camp. I really don't care. I would wait to the end of walls. That way you don't have to deal with it. Sure, you can do some walls to start off with, wall rings, of course, but I wouldn't spend too much attention to walls. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope that this will help you out and what to upgrade first and last. I did not upgrade heroes at your own time. I like to upgrade heroes and also But I like to have my heroes the same level at all time. I don't know why, I just do. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.